Oh, YouTube! Figured I'd do something a little different today. Today, I'm going to be reviewing the TB30R, Troy-Bilt TB30R neighborhood mower. It's a nice little thing. I'm staying with my older sister right now. She just bought a house, got the mower, and I've used it a couple times. It's super sweet. So, first things first, little overview. It is of course, as I said, the Troy-Bilt TB30R neighborhood rider lawnmower. Now, it's pretty tough, pretty strong. It's got a 10.5 horsepower Briggs Stratton overhead valve motor, as you can see. God bless America, yeah. Briggs Stratton, pretty good motors from my short experience with push mowers, now this rider mower. It's very wonderful. It's got a 30-inch cutting deck, super wide, and a 6-speed with choke transmission. So you've got plenty of speed variation, and it gets you from nowhere to nowhere fast. I love it. Now the design and comfort, as you can see, it's got a medium seat back with the standard safety spring. You got this sucker going, spring comes up, pressure is relieved, it automatically shuts off. Super fantastic. Sitting down on it. So you sit pretty normally, pretty comfy. On the left side, you've got your choke from turtle to the hair. You got your ignition controls. In other words, all your motor controls are going to be on your left hand. Then you've got your blade controls on the right. This is your blade engage lever. Then you've got your blade height from the settings of 1 all the way to 5 being the highest. Pretty nifty so far. I've used it on 4 and 3. Works great. Nice clean cut. I love it. Steering wheel, no power steering sadly, but still does the trick. It's almost go-kart like, to be honest. Get you around quick. Got these nice big fat tires. Look at them, they're so pretty. I love them so much. And this red, you can't go wrong with red. Got the fancy boop boop boop. So you got your brake lever down here. Push this all the way. You depress it. Then you can change gears. You've got all of your transmission stuff here in the center. Now I gotta be honest, the forward and reverse selector, gear shifter I guess, it's pretty awkward being in the center, but I mean, it does what you need it to. Got your standard warning labels. And of course this fancy key it's got. Common sense stuff, people. Who would honestly mow with their kids around? Don't run them over, please. It goes right in there. It's even got a cup holder. Isn't that something? Totally awesome. Righty. So that's design and comfort. Performance-wise, it's got a 1.3 gallon tank. Selector, or the gauge of which you can see right here. It's pretty nice. You can easily tell how much gas you got. So 1.5 gallons of tank, give or take. It'll probably get you at least 3 hours of non-stop mowing. On half choke, third gear, I would know. First time I used it was yesterday. Cut a huge section of lawn. It was freaking fantastic. I love this thing. It's got a pretty great turn radius. I'd have to say at least 40 degrees, so do some pretty quick turns, pretty nifty loop-de-loops on this sucker. And overall, it's got good performance, good clean cut. Like I said, it was real easy to sit on and use. About 2.5 hours non-stop. So it's a good mower, Troy-Bilt. Of course, you got your oil right here. You got your gas right there. Really easy to work with. Now the battery, it's hanging off over here on the edge, but let me tell you, my sister had this delivered straight to the house from Lowe's. The battery came disconnected, but the terminals were kind of awkward to work with, being right up underneath the fender like that. The positive, being the red wire, the most, been way back in there. I used a 7/16 wrench for the nut on the terminal bolts and a size 13 wrench on the nut, or the bolt itself, to get them plugged in. I almost shocked myself. Boy, it was interesting. But overall, I would have to give this mower at least 4 stars. Speed, I almost forgot about it. Full choke, 6th gear. You're gonna be pushing 4 1/4 miles an hour. So trust me, on this thing going through your yard, you're either going a turtle's pace or the Troy-Bilt 500. So no need to worry about that. This thing's strong enough to pull a small trailer. Got a little hole right here. You can hook a trailer onto with a bolt. And like I said, strong enough to pull it. So it's a good little mower. Ran $1,000 on Lowe's.com. It's well worth the money. I definitely recommend the Troy-Bilt TB30R neighborhood rider. Well, this has been Above Average Joe on the TB30R riding mower. Bye-bye.